Hi, everybody. On today's episode, we are going to talk about dealing with kids and stepkids in your remarriage.
All right. So, number one, never talk bad about your ex or your ex's spouse. Okay. Look, you'll hear me say this a lot too. You've been hurt. They've been hurt. Doesn't matter who did the hurt. Okay. You've got kids, because let's be honest, you're not watching this because you don't have kids. You're watching this because you have kids, and that's a different dynamic. All right. So you can't be talking smack about your ex. All right. It doesn't, maybe they cheated on you. Maybe you cheated on them. Maybe you feel your kids deserve to know. No, just leave that for later in life. Let your spouse explain their side and wait till those kids are adults. But when it comes right down to it, don't talk bad about them. You don't have to walk around with, flowers and sunshine saying that they're these great people either. But really remember, they're the other parent, okay? So talking bad about them is not going to help your cause.
Exactly. And talking about their new spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, doesn't help your cause either. It actually helps you to lose face in front of your kids. So just don't go there. It doesn't help anything, and it actually can create even more of a toxic ex-spouse.
Yeah.
In the long run. And so,
yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So it's really important to make sure that you just keep those conversations positive. If you see something that your ex is doing that is really positive, point that out. Okay? Just do it, because your kid needs to hear something positive about their other parent.
And if you step in it one day and you say something super negative about your ex, apologize to your kid.
Yeah.
And say, hey, that was a bad example. That is not what I want to convey to you. Yes, there was some hurt, but I know that they're your dad or they're your mom, and I want you to have a good relationship with them, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Having that humbleness will speak volumes to your kids and to your stepkids. If you'll just put yourself out of the way, get out of your own way, I should say. Just do it, because it really helps your kids and your stepkids to, what's the word?
Get along.
I'm having trouble with my words today. Respect you. There we go. Yeah. That was the word.
It's all good. Okay, so it brings us to number 2. Drop off and pickup of kids. Okay, this can happen with younger kids. It can even happen with older kids. It's not just awkward for you. Okay, so once again, this isn't legal advice by any stretch. Try to make it a public place. Try to make it an easy exchange. Just because they're being a jerk doesn't mean you have to be. You don't have to mirror that. All right. If they give you a glare, wave. Hey, have a great day. Or even say, have a great day. How about that? But yeah, it's not just awkward for you. It's super awkward for the kids. It's not you that has to go back once every other weekend or once a week or whatever visitation you have set up. It's not you that does that. It's them that's got to load all their crap in a bag and go back over and deal with something they don't like at that house. It wasn't enough when they had things in the house that they didn't like. Now they've got to deal with 2 houses of stuff they don't like and stuff they do like. Well, I can't do that here and I can do this here. It's not just awkward for you.
Right. And so with your kids and stepkids that are going back and forth, what we like to tell people is it's not going to get any better. And so just help them to do the very best that they can.
Mm-hmm. Which brings us to our third rule. All right. Be the example. All right. Really, your kids are watching you closely. Even if they seem like they're not, even if they seem angry with you, they won't talk to you, they won't look at you, they glare at you, they back talk you, they are watching. And you want to make sure at the end of the day that even if there's poor behavior happening from your kids, that your behavior didn't merit that poor behavior, that you, whether you're getting it or not, deserve better. Okay? And I don't mean in an agonizing way. What I do mean is that you can be happy with the example you set that day, regardless of today. But remember, you're shooting for adulthood. All right? That example today that may not seem to have made a difference, once you've done it and you're okay with it, it will come out in those kids later on.
Right. And if your ex chooses to make a big scene in public, that's on them. It has nothing to do with you. The child sees what they're like. Now, sometimes the children will act like that. And just be sure that you're very purposeful with how you deal with that. Because if you don't deal with it at all with your children, that's going to come back to bite you in the teen years. So make sure that you do, try to curb that behavior and not allow it to happen.
Yeah. And remember, we're not just talking about your kids. We're talking about the stepkids too. The stepkids, I didn't want to make it sound one-sided. The stepkids, it's awkward for them.
Yeah.
All right. Say you're going to pick up stepkids, and they're upset that they got to leave. Your kids are upset they got to go. The other kids are upset they got to leave. I mean, really, this applies whether it's your kids or your stepkids. Don't make it an unusually unpleasant experience. Don't be the reason or the fuel for that fire.
Right. You just being there, you might be fueling the fire. But that's, if you're doing it by the court, what was decided on the divorce decree, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Now, another thing I think we should probably bring up, and we'll talk about in detail on another episode, but there is a time delay in between when you pick up the children and stepchildren and when they transfer over to your rules. And you really are going to have some grace and mercy, and but also have boundaries with those kids, because they're going from usually polar opposites. Mm-hmm. You got the fun parent, and then you got your house. And a lot of the times, and maybe you're the fun parent and the other one isn't. But what I'm saying is, it takes them a little bit of time, typically, depending on their age, at least 24 hours, sometimes longer, to get used to and settle into your rules, your everything. So be understanding and have grace.
Yeah, just remember, when you come home from work at the end of the day, you need a couple of minutes to sit. And it's no different for those kids.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that really covers all of the things that we wanted to say today. We hope that today's episode on dealing with kids and stepkids in your remarriage helps you to, just understand what boundaries you can set and what boundaries just are not going to serve you or your family well. So we hope that this episode helped you. And please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you have gotten some value and some help out of these videos. We'd love to hear your comments, even if they're negative and you disagree, that's okay too. Great conversations can really come from disagreements, so feel free. All right, we will talk to you again soon.